Greetings, blessings, namaste, om, hring, namaha. Thanks for joining me again today uh, on this Saturday, the day of banishing negative people, negativity, period, negative situations out of your life. The color for today is black. So wear black to align with the energies of the planet Saturn and get those black candles burning. Hope y'all had a great week and a great weekend. It is hot as hell outside. Like, seriously. I don't know. I'm in the air. It is not going to be nice today in this state. So, greetings, Raya. I think I'm saying that right. Tammy, peace. Peace, brother Dan. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Today I was going to talk about some seals, magical seals, specifically seals from the 6 and 7 books of Moses. This was a request actually for someone of me to do a video, but um, so I decided to go ahead and honor that request. All right, so what's a seal? What's a magical seal? Seal is a paper talisman, pretty much. That's pretty much all it is. The 6 and 7 books of Moses are books that's not in the Bible. They say that these books are attributed to Moses, who probably didn't exist in the first place, but um, they attribute this book to him. Now, I'll tell everybody or anybody who's willing to listen that the Bible is a magical book. It's a fictional book. It's a magical book. Um, so yeah, the 6 and 7 book of Moses has a lot of seals in it, a lot of magic in it. Mysticism is what that book is noted for. How do you create a seal? Well, they already actually created. This is called Jewish magic. For more information on that particular paradigm, I would suggest Baal Cadmon. Baalkadmon. Baal Cadmon. Um, and he has a good understanding because as I understand, he comes from that part of the world, so he has a good understanding of Jewish mysticism. But y'all already know who real Jewish people are, so we ain't even gonna go there. So as you can see, I've had I've worked out of the book the 6 and 7 books of Moses a long time ago. I haven't worked with it in quite a while. So when I got the request to do a video on it, I was kind of surprised because um, nobody's ever asked about that particular one. So we can go into that. The seals that's in the 6 and 7 books of Moses can be purchased. Most botanicals sell them. As you can see, I've gotten some use out of these. Um, Seal of love, seal of good fortune, seal of good luck. That's right. I purchased these. There's no way that I was going to attempt to handwrite the seals. I could, but why should I? Somebody already did it. All you're going to do is charge it and carry it with you. That's what you can do pretty much with any seal, any talisman, any sigil. I've gotten some use out of these. Yes, I bought a whole pack of them, just so you know, just so you can see. This is the pack I had this at least, I want to say 12 years. You got Seal of Mars, Seal of Magic. All right, Seal of Magic. This serpent seal is designed to bring magical assistance toward attaining one's wishes, desires, needs, or requests. I might have used that one. I don't see it anywhere. But as you can see on these symbols here, they're written in Hebrew. They're written in Hebrew. And it's not that I'm confused about what I'm looking at. I'm just trying to refamiliarize myself because this is not something that you just forget about. Yeah, these are written in Hebrew. So, you know, you can use a candle or whatever you use to charge sigils or seals. Like these are great. Seal of Mephistopheles. Those who are in the know will know Mephistopheles is also referred to as the devil. Now, why is this seal here? The seal of Moses and Aaron. See, any good occultist worth their weight know that they can use certain books, like the Bible, to get magical use out of them. You can use the book of Psalms. As a matter of fact, they have books out there where you can use the Psalms for magical use. Hey, what's up, Shuna Dance Girl? And Peace Sent. Hello. Welcome. Also got some book recommendations. This is a great book by Anna Riva called Secrets of Magickal Seals. She not only has seals from the books, the books of Moses, she got books from all over. Now, this book is really thin. You got astrological signs and symbols, black magic seals, which I believe is the Goetia. I bet I'm right about that. Black magic. Yep, I was right. Black magic is nothing but the Goetia. I have actually taken seals out of this book to use magically. Normally, what I do, I will use a candle, some type of prayer or something like that. I use the seal of Solomon because, yeah, these are called pentacles. The seals of Solomon are pentacles. Now, I don't believe Anna Riva is still alive. They even have Gnostic seals in here, hex signs. She has how to use magical seals, Islamic talisman, Japanese, the magic tables of the planets, seals from the 6th and 7th book of Moses. But you know what? A little known fact, there are seals from the 8th and 9th books of Moses. Yep, there's 2 more out there. I believe you can go to Amazon and find the 8th and 9th books of Moses. If not, you can find a reputable Botanica and get it from there. But these are amulets, they're charms. What they do is you charge them with your intent and to bring about your magical wish or desire. Very simple to use. Next to mantras, these are one of the easiest forms of magic that you can use. For beginners, this is a great place to start. Okay. What else they got here? They got power prayers, power squares, seals of the seasons, like seals of the sun, shields of the saints, symbols of the planets. Voodoo Veves are in here. Let me take a look at this. By Anna Riva. The stuff that's going on that's being put out by Anna Riva now, I believe it's probably just her estate. I don't believe she's alive anymore. Tiny Seals and Voodoo Veves. Look at that. Baron La Croix seal. I've never seen that before until I got this book. That is, they got Baron La Croix, but y'all know who Baron La Croix is. On the day of Saturday, how ironic I find that. That is Baron Samedi, Spirit of the Grave. Yeah, I highly recommend this book if you're trying to get into Magickal Seals. Even though I said I was going to make this video upon request, there's not much that I can actually say about it because they're just that simple. They're just a talisman that you carry with you. You can charge it with your bodily fluids, spit, menstrual blood. I only suggest using menstrual blood when you want to do something that's negative. I don't suggest doing it for something that you want to bring to. But I have some book recommendations also. Priscilla, glad you got that book. Use it. You don't have to always like try and draw the seals or the symbols themselves. You can take it out from wherever it's at and use it that way. I've done it many times and it still works. I believe I used the seal of, it was a planetary seal. One time my son felt like there was a spirit in his room. I used the seal to put it on his bed. I charged it first. I believe it was Jupiter. I wouldn't understand why I would use Jupiter or Saturn. But I charged the appropriate color candle. I put it on top of the seal. I anointed the seal with an appropriate oil as well. When it comes to doing that, just use your gut instinct. Okay, there's no hard rule that says you got to do this way. This is part of being an alchemist. You know, you take something and you make it your own. So I would take a seal and pull it out again. I don't even know where these seals are. I'm sure I have them somewhere, but take a seal. Say seal of treasure right here. I will cut it out. Right? Treasure. So that's Jupiter. I would equate it to Jupiter and the sun. Some oil that's appropriate to those two planets. Then I would use the oil and go clockwise, anoint it. I would blow on it a number of times according to the planetary number. And I would use an herb. I would sit it on the seal. Then I would inscribe my intent on the appropriate colored candle and charge that with oil. That same oil that you use to anoint it, you will also towards you anoint the candle with the oil. After you inscribe it, put it on top of the seal and let it burn all the way down. Once you do that, blow on it again. Put it in a little small grimoire bag, and then you have it. You have a charged talisman. It is that simple. I got this from Papa Jim's Botanica, I believe. I don't know if they even open anymore. This was, I thought, was a very interesting seal right here. It was called the Master Key Seal. To show that to you. Master Key Seal. M6. And I do not have the description. Master Key. This is what the first page that they send you. When you send these seals They show you who the author is of the 67 books of Moses. Magina Gonzalez Whippler is a pretty good known occultist. Uh, and she wrote a book on Santeria. So pick that up. You should be good to go. I just gave a description of how you would change it. Charge it. Hey, peace to you, Cypher. Glad to see you. Relatively speaking. Okay, so my eye just happened to come across Seal of Love. Some of these seals, what you can do, if I use a seal, I carry it on me. And throughout the day, what I'll do, I'll take it out of the gree bag. If you forgot what a gree bag, this is an example of it. I take it out of the gree bag and I will constantly blow on it to give it my energy, but I'll also stare at it for at least a minute. But I do that several times a day. Keep that shit charged. And you can put it under your pillow, put it under your bed. The seal that I was talking about that I used for my son, because he thought a spirit was in his room, I put it under his bed. I charged it for like 3 days because the candles go out. You know, the candles burn down pretty quickly once they charge and anointed. So I charged it for 3 days with my intention. And I think I used a different color candle, Powell candles, like purple, black, and red. Might have used yellow, not sure. But that is the gist of the 6th and 7th books of Moses. Really simple. There's not much to it. Anybody can do it. Always remember, this is all based on your intent. Okay? But get this book. It's really inexpensive. I think this book is a good starter book, and it will lead you to other places. White Magic Seals. White Magic Seals. Chinese seals. Shields of the Saints. Some of these seals can be used. I like this. 67 book remote. Some of these seals can be used in your car for protection also. I happen to use a book in my car. That's the entire book is a talisman. So another thing you can use, since we're on the subject of cars, you can rub ground beef on all 4 tires for protection. This helps avoid accidents. I know it sounded strange, but shit works. Okay. Any questions so far before I move on? No questions? Everybody chilling today? No questions. All right. So like I said, I have more book recommendations. There's another book. Look at this. It's really, really little. 30 pages. The surefire way to make spells, ritual, and mind power work by Stella Scott. I've had this book for years also. How funny that I bring this out today. But this is more working on your subconscious. Now, a lot of people but they tend to skip over the fact that you have to cultivate your mind. And this has always been the goal of a true spiritualist, a true occultist, the cultivation of the subconscious mind. Because believe it or not, the subconscious mind is what makes everything work. It makes your magic work. So if you're making a subliminal tape of yourself speaking to yourself and listening to it while you sleep, the results are phenomenal. People can break bad habits doing this. They stop drinking, stop smoking, whatever. But this is a great book to use. Have I used it? Yes, I have. Everything that I show you in these videos, I have already done, and I can attest to their efficiency. So, um, this is a book, is fiction. Clive Barker. Clive Barker wrote Hellraiser. So when I read this book many years ago, I don't know what made me pick up the book. I think the fact that the writer of Hellraiser, one of my favorite movies of all time, wrote a book. I didn't know he was an actual writer first. So the Great and Secret Show is a fiction. It's fiction. Totally magical though. The stuff that happens in this book, I had to read this book when I had to go back to magic. Um, as I went along my magical path, I always pick up this book because I knew that there was stuff that I missed the first time. And I was so glad I did it because it is excellent. It is very underrated. It's fiction though. Can it be used as a grimoire? No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe you can. I mean, if you do, let me know. Really thick. It is 600 something pages, but this book is all that. Trust me on this. If you have the time to take, um, yeah, read this book. One more time. It's fiction. It's from the writer of Hellraiser. So, yeah, The Great and Secret Show. Any questions before I move on? This is not going to be a long video. I realize that I'm taking long extended breaks before videos, so my apologies. I actually have to remind myself, hey, you need to get on YouTube and make a video. Oh, I'm pissed about this. This is one of my best amulets. I love this Ganesha amulet. And then it popped. It broke on me. Yeah, I'll figure out how to get it back on the rope or something. Any questions? Hey, LEL. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me here. Not going to be a long video. I know I keep saying that, but this is an excellent book for, I would say a template, but that's not quite right. A foundation. Kabbalah, Clip Off, and Goetia Magic. This gives you a foundation of how to work with not just those three systems of magic, but how to work with other demons. Do not be put off by the word demon. The word demon actually comes from the word daemon, Daemon. That word only means your higher mind. That's all it means. Of course, they demonized it. No pun intended. They demonized it to make you run away from it. But anyway, this is a good book. It tells you how to call corners. It gives you words, I think in Latin. I want to say Latin. They're Latin words. Now, anybody who knows anything about history, period, know that Latin is a dead language. But it's a powerful language. It's kind of precise, just like the Arabic language. So when saying words, barbarous words in ancient languages make the ritual, right, whatever you want to call it, that much more powerful. This book was my go-to for at least a year, if not two. I was using a magical wand at the time that I discovered this book. I now have this book on PDF, and it is a good book. And as I open it, a bunch of Can you believe that shit? A bunch of seals fell out. Wow. I ain't seen these in a while. Yep. Look at these. They're charged, I can tell, because the ink is smeared. And so I've done something with these seals. I don't know why I kept them in this book. Look at that one. I think this is Gaia. I think. I'm not sure. Hey Tresta, how you doing? No, that book. Which book are we talking about? Shona Dance Girl. I know who you are. Trust me, I know who you are. I just know I'm not fond of saying people's real names, especially if they don't want that online. So, no, that book. If you're talking about this book, no, just hit me up on Messenger and I'll give it to you. There's certain stuff I don't give out in the group. I don't, not that I'm some kind of authority, but I just think the masses are way too retarded to hold powerful shit, because then you got people doing magical attacks on people just because they disagree with them or something. And that's just really, really stupid. Um, Spicy Peach, glad the mantras are working for you. There are some mantras that can help with the retrograde or during. Um, so yeah, keep at it. Also, Spicy Peach, there is a website that got literally thousands of mantras on it called Prophet 666. And Lakshmi is always good. I actually used a Lakshmi mantra right before I went in to take some kind of typing test. And not only did I pass the test, but I went over than what I was required. That mantra, Om Shreem Shreem Ring Kamali Kamala Prasida Prasida Om Shreem Shreem Mahalakshmi Namaha. You can find that one on YouTube. It was my absolute favorite when I first was really messing with mantras heavily. The last book that I want to suggest is this one, The Voodoo Shadow War. Right. This is a role-playing game. You wouldn't believe the things you would find in role-playing. Some of the information that's on here is crazy. Like, if this is about voodoo, why is there information on the KKK in here? See what I'm saying? Um, and Shona Dance, I believe that this book is in the group. Haiti and the Shadow War. This is just crazy to me. Priests and magicians, right? So yeah, those are the only book recommendations that I have. Nobody has any questions? Then I will go ahead and wrap this up. Om Preem Namaha. Om Preem Namaha. You got the Om and the Hreem, which is Hreem Namaha. Remember I said in an earlier video, Om is the primeval sound of creation. Namaha closes out a mantra. Hreem is opening up divine consciousness. This has been Magick La Croix. You can find me on Facebook. Okay. LEL has a question. She told me, wait. All right, so I'm gonna wait. What's your question? Give me some questions, like Bobby Henderson. I'm trying to find out what these seals are. Okay. I found two more. I know these seals on site. I just can't say what they are. Hmm. I think this is. I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you. It had to be something dealing with this book. This seal finally came to me. This is Asmodeus. This is the daemon who governs the sphere, the Klepothic sphere of the Gibora, which is punishment. Like somebody took something from me or stole something from me. I used this one and fucked them up pretty badly too. So bad, I actually for a moment felt sorry for them, but then again, I got over it. um, yes, ma'am, Spicy Peach. I hope you're a man with that name. You will see me soon in new videos. Magick La Croix. I have heard that there are some people who know how to take people's astral bodies and make them their slaves in the afterlife. How can one protect themselves from that? Fair question. Before I go on, I'm sorry for the pause, but it wasn't a Dora pause either. I was actually reading what's in the chat room. I'll answer Cypher before I answer LEL. Do I have a specific hand mudra that I use to build an entity? Absolutely not. You know, all it can do is add to my magical repertoire. I just haven't gotten around to it. That's why in my last video, when I was saying that um, it's so much to learn, so many tools to use, and yet these people are getting success instant. They are getting client success instant, and I'm like, okay, you know, some people to do that while people are still alive. It would take a very experienced magician, occultist, spiritualist to take somebody's astral body. It can be done, yes. Um, slave in the afterlife, I'm not sure about that. Uh, my view of astral life or afterlife is probably different than yours, but um, uh, you make a zombie or you drain someone. When you do that, that's when you're attacking the astral body. When you're knowing how to affect the astral body is how you actually make a zombie or drain somebody's energy to the point where they can't stand up and argue. So to answer that question, I don't know about making slaves after they're dead. Um, you can get somebody shade, uh, uh, somebody shade after they die to get information about something. But as far as the afterlife, I can't really answer that question. You know what I'm saying? You can do it while somebody's still alive. Like if you've ever seen somebody who has been magically attacked with the express purpose of them being drained of energy, they didn't attack them physically. They attacked them astrally. They attacked the astral bodies. Remember, you have 7 bodies. You have the physical, etheric, astral, mental, spiritual, There's one more I always forget, but it's 7 of them. I only named 5. But the higher, so to speak, body, the higher of a frequency that that body operates on. That makes sense. So if somebody can specifically target the astral body, they're pretty experienced. Yeah, it is interesting. Some things you can't believe though. Some things people say to make other people have a lot of fear. So maybe, I don't know. I really can't answer that question. I have never died and come back, which is a lie. Sleep is the cousin of death. But when you start to have vivid astral experiences, there are times where you're going to encounter some beings astrally that's going to make you run. You're going to feel evilness, or you're going to feel a certain type of way that's going to be like, okay, I'm about to be out of here. I've been chased astrally. I've kicked ass astrally. It depends on how this is cultivated, though. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, when you go astrally and you know you're astral traveling, somebody's trying to harm you, you will know when it's time to fight and when it's time to run. See what I'm saying? You will just know. When your consciousness is fully on the astral plane, when you know you're there, you have a skill set then. And you will just know how to deal with certain stuff. But trust me, you will know when to run. Greetings, Offset Amunet. If I said that right, if I said it wrong, please correct me. But yeah, you will know when it's time to get out of Dodge, so to speak. So that's an interesting question. To make somebody a slick, I've heard it said in voodoo circles that can happen. I can't speak on it. I really can't. I can give you the best answer that I can. I say prayers at night to protect myself astrally. You can the crystal that's coming to my mind is an amethyst. Amethyst will protect you spiritually. So will lapis lazuli. I keep crystals all around my bedroom. I don't know if any of y'all remember me saying that, but I also keep my Himalayan salt lamp. I got one in my bedroom also. I keep this lit at night. This is good for protection. It gives out positive ions within the room. So, spiritual baths, the spiritual bath that I've given out. 7-day candles in your bedroom is a good idea. It gives off positive energy. So when you don't know these type of things, you can actually wander into a realm that is pretty fucked up and bad, because there are levels also to the astral plane. You have a lower astral, middle astral, higher astral. There are levels to that. And you got psychic vampires who actually live on that plane. So you will kind of know, like I said, when you're being threatened, actually. I've had to run sometimes. Or, which is interesting, is that when I know I'm on an astral plane, I'll take flight. Like, I'll literally get up and fly away. What to do if I change my mind about a spell? Can I just throw it away? Yeah, you can throw it away, but I don't believe you're going to affect the results, especially if it already happened. If you feel like you change your mind about a spell, what you can do is um, you can reverse it, kind of. You can do the opposite of effect of what you wanted to happen. Um, hmm. This is why I always say, you're welcome, LEL. This is why I always say, if I turn to magic, if I turn to magic to deal with you, trust me, I have tried other avenues first. Because once I go there, I'm not thinking about reversing. That's period. That's me. Um, if you make me go ham in that way, you deserve it. You actually earned that spiritual ass whooping. So, but if you do, that's why I say if you are you absolutely, if somebody asks me to do something, or do something to somebody, I'd be like, are you absolutely certain this is what you want? It's gonna work, but are you absolutely sure? Exactly, Raya. I'm not sure how to say that. Um, always be careful what you ask. Um, but if you change your mind about a spell, it means you probably shouldn't have thought about doing it in the first place. If it can go either way, that you okay, you know what? I changed my mind. I ain't gonna hurt you. Then you probably shouldn't have did it in the first place. That's just me being honest. You know, I always good I'm a good firm believer in that if you fuck with me, and this is why I say um, this generation, they seem to want to fuck with everybody. This generation has no respect for people. You don't know what somebody's capable of. Not just physically. You don't know what somebody is capable of spiritually. You don't know what somebody this generation, I've seen it time and time again. They try people constantly, not even thinking about results or consequences. And they get fucked up every time. And I'm like, y'all just you can't go around fucking with people just because you want to. You know what I'm saying? But this society has made it that way. Where you can say whatever you want to people. No. They don't get away with shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. They're extremely emotional and they act on such. This generation has no guidance on how to calm themselves down or talk something out or not go to the very first reaction. You see what I'm saying? Um, this Hispanic woman was at a job fucking with a supervisor. This I know. Let me relate this to her. Trying to get him fired for no reason. My black guy. Wasn't me, but I know the story. So the black guy went higher than him to try and handle her. They wouldn't do anything about it. And finally he had enough because she was fucking with a young Hispanic chick. She was married and everything. But kept reporting him and just doing all kind of stupid shit. I think there was some racism involved. That's me. I mean, they known to be racist. Yeah, I said it. So, um, uh, he finally retaliated, and he retaliated. He finally got so fed up. She was trying to cost him his livelihood, and he finally took it personal that way. Finally got fed up. He used 3 systems of magic. 3. And I know Goetia was one of them. She got divorced. I think her baby died. She lost her house. She lost her job. She had to go back and live with her parents. And I'm like, you could have avoided all this. She ain't have any valid reason not to fuck with him. Just because he was a supervisor and he, doing his job, and she felt like it was okay to fuck with him. Yeah. You're very welcome, Spicy Peach. Very welcome. All set? Absolutely. When it's a jar, if you, like say it's a honey jar that you're working with and you change your mind about it, what you can do, throw it away. Break it. Okay. Yeah, just break it. And let it, the contents spill out. You can deploy it that way, but you can actually break it that way. So I'm glad you said it's a jar. So yeah. Oh, back to my story. My story is you don't know who you fucking with. You don't know if a person can use their physical hands. You don't know if a person can really use their magical hands. But for you to constantly fuck with somebody and try to cost them their livelihood, then it cost you your family because they went harder than you did. Was it worth it? Now I'm sure she doesn't know that he caused it, but he caused it. He told me about it. I was like, damn. He was like, I tried everything to get that little bitch off, and she just kept trying to cost me my job. And I was like, he was like, I have a family. I have a wife and kids. I have a house, 2 cars, and she was trying to cost me that. So I just said I finally gave up. I went to hire to say, look, she's a problem, blah blah blah. They wouldn't listen to him. He did what he had to do. I mean, you just can't be out here just doing whatever the fuck you want to people. So anyway, that's my story. If there are no further questions, I hope I've answered your question. Y'all enjoy the rest of this weekend. It is a hot motherfucker here in Texas, so I'm in the house. I'm chilling. Exactly, LEL. No, and you know what? Once before I go, when he was telling me this story, I was like, "Are you sure she wasn't like? Did she like you?" She's like, "No, she had a husband who she was very much in love with. She had a husband, but every chance she got, she was reporting him for nonsense. You know, um, she went to higher than him about being on her phone. Most companies these days you can't be on your phone because of uh, personal information. You can't be on your phone. He reported her for being on her phone. He did what he was supposed to do. She reported him back in retaliation. He was like, you know what I'm saying? She just kept doing stuff. So he finally went, what is my Facebook? I don't know. I really don't know. Give me a second. Okay, I found it. It's not something that I know offhand. That is my Facebook. Please let me know who you are because I get Facebook requests. I don't know who people are. Cypher, I've heard that henna seals on your body is very good. You're very welcome. I have heard that is a good practice to do. Me personally, I don't like tattoos or anything else on my body except what's supposed to be there. That's Virgo shit. It's just Virgo shit. So yeah, if it works, it works. So you know what I'm saying? I've heard henna. If any of y'all are friends with the Dark Lord of the Royal Bloodline, I think he's done it before, like on his feet, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's still there because I don't know much about henna. But I think it's a good practice. Let me rephrase that. I have heard it's a good practice. Remember, I'm never going to tell you something I have not experienced, so I don't know. I'll be the first to tell you when I don't know something. I don't know. What else can we go over real quick? Oh, pick up. Right. They are people are reckless with other people. You have no idea how simple a vinegar jar can make your life hell. A vinegar jar. Um, you have no idea how what somebody has in their magical arsenal. You just don't know. You know what I'm saying? I would never. Somebody a couple years ago tried to get me to join in a magical war uh, against another coven. I'm like, have y'all lost your mind? Are you fucking kidding me? No. First of all, the situation didn't sound it warranted for a magical war. And second of all, I don't. You talking about a whole coven? I don't know what those people know. Are you fucking kidding me? No. Um. Yeah. So I think that's all I want to say today. Keep up your magical practices. Damn, I've been talking for almost an hour. I said I wasn't gonna talk that long, but okay, it's all good. Um I like when y'all interact and ask questions. I really do like that. Thanks for allowing me in your houses today. Thanks for listening, and thanks for always coming and supporting. Um, I appreciate that, Offset. More to come. More to come. Um, I'll see y'all all soon. Thanks again. I am Magick La Croix of the Magical Elite Supply Shop. I wish you love, peace, and happiness. Namaste. All set. Um, I already did a review on the 6 or 7 books of Moses in the beginning. So you can actually look at this from the beginning. Um, and I did talk about the 6 or 7 book of Moses. Uh, peace, y'all.